Oh, what's up, guys? It's your boy Marcus Washington, and this is another episode on the Mark where we talk everything Falcons football. Oh man, um, I honestly, man, I honestly don't even know where to start. um, let's just talk the positives. Algier looked good. Algier looked absolutely great. He looked great. That's where we stop, man. This team is just not good. It's just not good. At the beginning of the season, I said, man, listen, the threshold is 7 games. Um, I said they'd be overachieving at 7 games. I don't even think they're gonna get there. Desmond Ritter, uh, man, sometimes I question the fan base, bro. There were people talking about, man, get rid of Desmond Ritter right now. And I'm like, this is his first game. Who on planet Earth, what team on planet Earth gets rid of their quarterback, their rookie quarterback, after their very first game? Playing on the road against a division rival who has a good defense. His numbers weren't good. He's a rookie. I didn't expect this man to come out and play lights out. He was 13 to 26, 97 yards, no touchdowns, no picks. And mind you, his throw was a first down. Ball got stripped. That's not on him. But he didn't play super duper bad, man. Now, if we make this in comparison, let's just take a look at what happened last week or 2 weeks ago when we played the Steelers. Yeah, Marcus Mariota had 100 extra yards. Well, no. My bad. I'm looking at Kenny Pickett. My fault. Marcus Mariota had 167 yards. Mariota's been a quarterback for 8 fucking years. So I think people were giving this kid a hard. I mean, I'm on social media. I'm like, damn, what did y'all expect? This man has not played a single down. And y'all are ripping this kid to shreds. Okay, you get rid of Desmond Ritter, then what? Where you go to? Where you go to? Mariota quit the team. So again, man, this is kind of what I expected. Some of the throws, man, I hate to credit the Saints for anything, man, but the Saints played the type of defense you play against a rookie quarterback. You bring pressure, you man up the receivers, but man, the thing that the word that really just jumps out on me watching this game, honestly, is bored. I'm not even frustrated by this team anymore. I'm bored of them. Because it's the same game every week, no matter who we play. It's the same exact game. Defense allows early touchdowns. Atlanta has to dig themselves out of an early hole. They somewhat get there, and then the defense gives up another touchdown, and then rinse, wash, repeat. Fourth quarter, it's down to the wire, and either the defense makes a dumbass play or the offense makes a dumbass play. It's one, pick your poison. This is the game. As an Atlanta fan, this is the game. It's boring now because it's predictable. I'm seeing people talk about giving the guy who was our interim DC for the day, giving him the business. Like Atlanta wasn't damn near dead last in defense 2 weeks ago with Dean Pease there. They need to strip this thing down to the bare bones, man. I don't want to see half these guys on defense next year. There was a touchdown in the third quarter, bruh. 4 guys were in the vicinity. 4. This zone don't work. 4 guys in the vicinity. This man still caught the ball, still scored. The tackling is god awful. Team just ain't good, bruh. It ain't good. Arthur Smith, we haven't seen Felipe Franks but once this season. He's in the game twice? Come on, bruh. Man, they got till next year to get this right, bro. They got till next year to get this right. They got till next year to get this right, man. There's no excuse next year. None. Y'all have all the salary cap space you can handle. You got some good pieces on this team. Well, not on defense. Ain't no excuses, man. This team is fucking boring now. You know exactly what you're going to get. Anwar says you asked for Ritter, and this is what he gives you. He's a rookie. And he still looked better than Mariota did. And this is the thing, man. You have so many people that are fans of one player, even if that player is trash. Matt Ryan. And they want to hold on to the glory. So when the new guy comes in and he struggles, then it's, well, y'all asked for this. Yeah, okay. I'm cool. I don't have a problem with what Ritter did today. None. He's a rookie. So I'm gonna have a lot more patience for a rookie than I am an 8-year veteran. What's going on, Sean? But yeah, this team is boring, man. This is my team, and I love them. But this is getting boring because it's the same script every week. Same script. Defense gets us in a hole. We got to climb out of it. We somewhat climb out of it. Defense gives up another 7. Got to climb out of that again. Then it's a tight ball game in the fourth quarter. This is literally every game this year, man. And last year, and the year before. It's the same shit. And now I'm just like, That's how I feel about this team now. Y'all gonna do this again next week. But somebody got to explain to me, fam, how this defense comes out every single week and looks like ass in the first quarter. Somebody got to explain that to me. Somebody has to explain that why, after the offense scores, this defense gives the 7 right back. Somebody got to explain to me why we're even seeing Felipe Franks right now. Bro, the team boring right now, man. They're boring. They're boring. You asked for a new defensive coordinator and okay. I don't, man, listen. I'm not really trying to respond to that dumbass shit right now. But yeah, man. I just team boring right now. They need some energy from somewhere. And I'm gonna be honest about Arthur Smith. This is why I'm kind of like next year. There's no excuses, bro. First 2 years of your regime, y'all been strapped for cash. I get it. That's the old regime putting all this money into Matt Ryan, all this money into Julio Jones. Both seem to be trash right now. They were on our books. Hold on. Of course, you're not gonna respond because you know I'm right. You didn't even. That wasn't even your comment. But yeah, man. It's going to be so interesting to see what they do in the offseason. DMP should be gone, man. I mean, for people to actually rip this, I can't even call him an interim DC. He was in there because DMPs got hurt, which is more of a reason why you should be gone after this. Bro, you too old to be on the sidelines. But this zone defense, bro, it's just trash. It's just trash. Okay, let me put this because I'm gonna break this down right here because apparently we got a troll. Mark, you asked for all these changes and you got it, and they still did not win. Here's the thing: the final score was 18-21 with a rookie quarterback. The loss ain't on him. Now, let's venture back 2 weeks ago. Since there are a lot of Marcus Mariota D-riders, it was 19-16. What's the difference? I'd rather get this from a rookie than an 8-year vet, bruh. So yeah, changes are necessary, apparently, since Arthur Smith made the change. And it's this kid's first game. Jesus Christ. Y'all would think this kid, by the way that some of these fans talk, they would think that this kid was anointed. He was going to come in here and just absolutely put up, ridiculous numbers from day one. Newsflash, no quarterback really does that out the gate on a bad team. You look at what's going on in San Francisco with Purdy. They have the number one defense. They got studs on defense. They got a brilliant offensive coordinator. They got Christian McCaffrey on offense, who's arguably probably one of the best running backs in the game. They have Deebo Samuels, who's arguably one of the best wide receivers in the game. They got Brandon Ayuk, who is an absolute monster. They got George Kittle as a tight end. I mean, damn, you can insert any quarterback in that situation and they do good because overall they're a great team. But you're putting Desmond Ridder in on a team where their defense is 31st in the league. Your best receiver is hurt for the year. And he already had a better connection with Drake London than Marcus Mariota the first 13, 14 weeks of the season. So I don't understand what we had wasn't working. So a change was necessary. But this is almost an indictment for what we got last year with Matt Ryan. A lot of these people would make comments like this. You asked for these changes and they didn't win. These were the same ones that were coattailing Matt Ryan. Matt Ryan gonna go somewhere else and he gonna win a chip, and he deserves it. What did we just experience yesterday? Matt Ryan part of another epic meltdown. Well, it isn't Matt Ryan's fault. It's the defense's fault. Well, the offense only scored 3 points in the third quarter, fourth quarter, and overtime, period. Matt Ryan didn't even throw for 200 yards. He threw for 1 touchdown. Now, let that sink in for a second. They scored 36 points, and he only threw for 6. But the same people will hold on to people like this because they simply like them. Mariota quit on the team, and y'all sitting here giving this rookie a hard time. But overall, man, the team is just boring right now. It's just boring right now. I can almost guarantee you, we play the Ravens, I think, next week. I can guarantee you this. It's gonna come down to the wire. I can already tell you this. The team's predictable. And again, man, it's hard to watch because you've just had losing season after losing season after losing season after losing season, man. You've had a quarterback that you've paid $100 million twice. He leaves. He's still affecting your salary cap. You had a wide receiver who was once the best wide receiver in the game leave. He crippled your salary cap. So these first 2 years, we couldn't really do nothing. We ain't had no money. But we got to endure these type. The thing that kills me about these losses is if they were blowouts, I think the fan base as a whole would actually take these losses. They'd actually be like, man, we just ain't good. We ain't got nobody. Bro, you're losing by 3 points every week. So it's kind of crazy because you're like, you're not a good team. You're not a good team by any stretch. But God damn it, certain adjustments, man, y'all could have a winning record right now. That's the frustrating part about this. It's like, man, if this defense wasn't so ass, maybe, just maybe, but nah. It's like, nah, we going on the other side. We're going to lose all these close games. Which should kind of low-key give you hope. Because it's like, man, if y'all are just a tad bit better, y'all are a playoff team. So going into next year when y'all have all this money, y'all better not trick this off. I don't want to see C-level receivers come to this team. Nothing. Hold on for a second. My bad. I had to take that. That was food on the way. But yeah, man, listen. The small glimmer of hope is this. You're losing all these close games, and you're not a good team. You're not a good team. I don't want to see no Golden Tate come to this team. Y'all better not give me no C-level players anywhere next year. Not with all this money y'all gonna have. Some of these guys, fam, listen. Some of these guys were so bad. Y'all ain't even play him this year. Jalen Mayfield, who was absolute butt cheeks last year. Butt cheeks. He ain't even play this year. That should be a scratch. Damian Williams played one game, then had a concussion, then disappeared, then got cut. Brian Edwards. I mean, Jesus Christ, did the guy even play? He gets cut. I don't want to see none of these type of players next year, bruh. None. Y'all better have premium cut talent come in here next year. I don't want y'all blowing your wad all in one place either. Lamar Jackson become available. I don't need y'all throwing him no $236 million contract. I get it. It's tempting. But no. So we'll see what this regime is able to do next year. It's frustrating and boring to go through this season because you got to go through it. But for all the talk people had about Matt Ryan and keeping him this year, stop. That was probably the best decision this organization made this season. Ryan Knights have been quiet this year. Letting Julio go when we let him go was probably the best decision that they've made. I mean, the organization has made some good moves. I'm not going to front. That's why I'm not in Terry Fontenot's ass right now. I get it, bro. You ain't got no money. You ain't got no money right now. But, bruh, next, I don't want to hear nothing this offseason. You got to put some excitement into this fan base. Starting with this defense. This defense has been bad for a while. Now, the fate of Desmond Ridder, we don't know what's going to happen. We don't know whether they decide to roll the dice. I mean, they got 3 more games to evaluate his talent. Then they got the offseason. Then they got, we'll see. But anybody but Mariota. That's how I look at it. Anybody but Mariota. So for me, I think they've made some good strides, man. But this game it's crazy because it doesn't frustrate me. It's just fucking boring to watch. It's like watching an old episode of Law and Order SVU. It don't matter what the cast is. You know how this episode gonna go. You know how it's gonna go. You're gonna have a opening. The middle's gonna get a little interesting, and then the end's gonna be predictable. RJ, let me put you up on here. Jags win. You can't build a great defense just in free agency. You need draft picks. This team has drafted horribly under Terry Fontenot. I tend to disagree with that. I believe you can buy a great defense. I believe you can get certain pieces to a defense that can actually completely change the complexity of that defense. One, let me just flat out say this. The defensive scheme, because I'm really going in on these players, man. But the defensive scheme itself is terrible. It's awful. And these players are not really playing well in this scheme. That's a DC issue. But these guys, they're not even tackling at this point, bruh. I mean, we're sitting here watching guys catch the ball and literally break 3 tackles like it's nothing on a consistent basis. Now, I will give this defense some credit. There were a couple of drives where they stood firm. And if you look at the points over the last, and this is what people look at over the past couple of weeks, you look at the points, hey, it's not bad, but the league average now is like 23. And we can definitely talk about this offense, bro, because this offense is falling off a fucking cliff. Overall, the team just is not good. Listen, since the Panthers game, right? We put up 15 points. I'm just going to rattle off these scores. Against the Bears, 27. Against the Commanders, 19. Against the Steelers, 16. Against the Saints, 18. So we're not even averaging 20 points, man. But I'm at a point now to where next year, and I said this earlier, I said this in a group last year, that you really shouldn't get frustrated with this year, because honestly, we don't have any money. It is what it's going to be. But next year, I don't want to hear a damn thing. If this regime has a losing record next season, they need to actually start really looking at another coach. I think Arthur Smith is the only, which again, I'm not going to put this completely on Arthur Smith, but he's the first coach we've had where we've had 2 losing seasons his first 2 years here. And that's including Dan Quinn. Because y'all remember the second year of Dan Quinn's regime, we went to the damn Super Bowl. Hold on, let me make sure I'm giving accurate facts here. Yeah, we went to the Super Bowl his second year here. Mike Smith, we had 4 or 5 winning seasons, bike to bike to bike to bike. Now, a couple of things in those scenarios, though. Mike Smith, we had Cap. We drafted Matt Ryan. We got Mike Turner. Then eventually we got Tony Gonzalez. We had Roddy White. We eventually got Julio Jones. So we had a couple of things clicking there very early in Mike Smith's regime. Then with Dan Quinn, Coleman, and let me preference this. We always had decent running backs throughout this time span. When Quinn came in, we had Coleman, we had Freeman, we had Julio, we got Sanu, and Matt Ryan was still a good to decent quarterback at that point. And then we got Kyle Shanahan, who turned out to be a blessing and a curse, but that's another thing. Enter Arthur Smith. What we really have. This is why I'm not tearing the brakes off of Arthur Smith right now. I'm like, man, some of your play calling is a little strange, bruh. But what did he have? Matt Ryan on the decline of his career, apparently now. You had Julio, but Julio wanted out. You had Calvin Ridley, but Calvin Ridley wanted out. You didn't have a run game to speak of. Then his second year, you no longer, well, you didn't have Julio in the first, really, but you no longer have Julio. You no longer have Calvin Ridley. But you finally get a running game, though, with Cordell Patterson and then Algier, bruh. There are some fixes that we can easily make here, and I'm just, in my humble opinion, because again, these guys get paid the big bucks to set up the game plan, so I'm not taking anything away from them. But there are a couple of quick fixes here on offense. First off, make Algier your number one. Make him your number one back. Move Cordell Patterson back where you had him. Because if anything is going to help a rookie out, is a quality receiver. You don't have Kyle Pitts there to kind of be a safety valve. But Cordell can be that now. Algier is kind of proven with this game and all year, really, that he's a consistent back. So move Cordell out there in the receiving game to help this rookie. I already feel him and Drake London going to have a connection. And quit putting fucking Felipe Franks in, period. Felipe Franks might be 3 games from getting cut, to be honest. Every time they put Felipe Franks in, it's a loss of yards. Every time. But I would turn Cordell Patterson back into the Swiss Army knife. I like the way Algier runs the ball. I like the way Caleb Huntley ran the ball, but I think Huntley's still injured. Jeffrey said, Falcons might go out and get a Robert Woods type of player, something we don't even need. Yeah, you know we have the ability to do stuff like that. RJ said, can someone please name one good defensive player we've drafted under Terry? Most of TD's picks are gone. I guess we'll see in 2023. There are a couple guys of promise. I don't think Troy Anderson's there yet. Shoot, what is this dude's name, man? Oh my goodness. He's got guys that have promise. The problem is, and I've been saying this, man, this defensive scheme is awful. It's awful. And Dean Pease ain't going to change it. So he's like, this is all I got. So, I mean, yeah, we going to play it. The man, dude, when Andy Dalton starts picking your zone apart, that's when you just got to break everything down and start over again. One of the biggest mistakes I think this team made as an organization is watching Ulbrich walk out that door as a defensive coordinator and bringing Dean Pease in. I get it. Arthur wants his own guys, but look at your defense now. Ulbrich had these boys firing on all cylinders. The 2 years that he was able to call the defense. Because remember, him and Raheem Morris took over for Dan Quinn. And it was really Ulbrich calling that defense. And then when they fired Dan Quinn and promoted Raheem to interim head coach, it was Ulbrich calling the defense. The defense improved dramatically. And then you go get this guy off the couch and goddamn, 32nd, bruh. So, again, there's a lot of things this team can do, man. Football-wise, the smart move, and let me put on my GM hat for a second, and then I'm going to hop up off here. One, let me say I'm not frustrated. It might seem like I'm frustrated by today's loss, but I'm not frustrated. If I'm frustrated, it's even though this team is playing is just bad, they are underperforming in damn near every game that they play. And they've had opportunities to win the majority of these games. But if I'm doing anything, first move is to fire Dean Pease. That's the first thing I'm doing. Because one thing that he's shown me over these 2 years is there is no growth in his play calling. None. This team has 18 sacks this year. 4 of them came in the first game. So, I mean, there's no creativity on defense whatsoever, none. And I just cannot afford to keep trusting you in a defense where we're dead last in the 2 years that you've been the coordinator. That's my first order of business. Second order of business is making sure I have a solid defense going into next year. I got the money. Let's go get it. Let's go draft depth. Offensively, you need another wide receiver. As much as I like Zacchaeus to me is more of a slot receiver. You got to go get another wide receiver, whether you get him in the draft or you go actually get a quality wide receiver. You definitely need another wide receiver on that other end because this year y'all struck out. Fam, I'm not even lying. There were games that we played, I didn't even realize Bryan Edwards was playing. I'm just going to be real. That's how useless he was as a receiver. I didn't even know he was playing. There was a game I thought he was hurt. And he played damn near the whole game. I'm like, bro, are you that awful? I know we're a run-heavy game, but damn, bro, I didn't even realize you were in the game. Damian Williams, another strikeout. But that might have been a blessing in disguise, because had Damian Williams been healthy, we probably wouldn't have seen how good Caleb Huntley was, or how good Algier was. So I don't mind that one. But, again, there are some highlights. We'll talk about it towards the end of the season, man, when we've been mathematically put out of this thing. But yeah, man, we got swept this year by the Saints. I hate that with a passion. But overall, man, the real is we're not a good team. We're not a good team. That's just the facts. So with that being said, man, I'm gonna hop up out of here. I'm gonna enjoy the rest of my Sunday. I'm not even frustrated to the point where I feel like I gotta go do other things today, man. It's just like, it is what it is. Desmond Ridder, for what it's worth, I've seen worse starts, fam. People were talking about getting rid of him. I'm like, y'all must didn't see Jordan Love's first game. And Jordan Love wasn't even a rookie, bruh. He had been sitting behind Aaron Rodgers for a minute. His first game was awful. That don't mean you give up on the guy. Man, listen. If you're a rookie quarterback, I expect your first game to be bad. I expect it. Dude, you are playing on the professional level in front of millions of people, and it's televised. You're playing against a team that wants to see you lose. This isn't practice. This isn't preseason. This isn't training camp. If I'm going to be real, he actually did better than I expected. You're playing on the road, and you're playing against a good defense. He didn't throw a pick. He damn near did. But he got out of there clean. Now, he didn't throw a touchdown, but he didn't throw a pick. He didn't fumble the ball. And the reason why the offense got stalled wasn't on him. Now, we've seen what Mariota's done in situations like this. Throw a pick twice. And that's an 8-year guy. So yeah, man, listen, give this kid some room to breathe. Jesus. Y'all gave Matt Ryan 14 years. And 3 of them was trash. And y'all still held on to him. Y'all think the Colts fans gonna hold on to Matt Ryan after this year? Nope. Oh, bruh. If y'all hadn't been on social media since Saturday, they want Matt Ryan benched. He ain't even been there a year. They want the boy benched. So yeah, man. Anyway, I'm up out of here, man. We'll come back and reconvene next Sunday against the Ravens. I feel like I'm going to be saying the same stuff next week, man. Hopefully it's in a win. Hopefully. I'm always going to hold out hope for my team to win. I still need them to clear 7 games, man. We don't know if Lamar Jackson is going to be healthy enough to play. Baltimore is pushing towards him being healthy. If I'm Lamar Jackson, though, I'm not taking another snap until I get paid. So hopefully that's the mentality that he has. If that's the case, we might have a good chance of winning this game, bro. But I think Desmond Ridder will be a lot better next Sunday. I predict Desmond Ridder is going to go for about 170, 180 passing. I'm going to call it now, 170 to 180 passing. But with that being said and done, fam, I'm up out of here. Y'all have yourselves a great Sunday, man. Peace.